my bill would allow that, yes.
My bill would allow that, yes.
Before we get into this video, make sure you hit like, share my videos, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Also, make sure that your notifications are on and they're set to all. Now, let's get into this. But first, quick commercial break. Now, it's time to set the goals for the next cycle of inflation. This way, you're always moving forward. You know, growing, making money and not losing money. I mean, come on, imagine. Have more freedom, more fun. Everybody likes fun. Well, if you want some of that fun, start a gold IRA with Noble Gold right now and you can fight inflation. And in this month, every IRA above 20K, you're gonna get yourself an incredible 3-ounce silver American virtual coin completely free as a thank you. I mean, you can't go wrong with Noble Gold. And all you got to do is call 877-646-5347 now to find out more, or you can just visit noblegoldinvestments.com. That is noblegoldinvestments.com. Now, let's get to this video.
Now, we know a hot topic is abortion. Okay, now the crazy part has been around for a long time. There was pockets in our history that no one was really talking about it as much. I think things had just plateaued, whereas, you know, I remember riding past Planned Parenthoods when I was in the Cincinnati area, and you would see a small handful of people who just dedicated their life every day going up there and sitting around and with the sticks and stuff, and they would be, you know, marching and talking, but it wasn't nothing crazy. It never developed into a national discussion. And sometimes, periodically, it would, you know, come up here and there in legislation. But for the most part, even the people that I interacted with, who maybe was indifferent, some maybe supported it, some maybe didn't support it, but it wasn't an argument and a debate amongst citizens to the degree where folks was using this as justification that women were about to be erased, they were losing all their rights, all of these things. I think people had just started to put it in that corner of, you know what, I know it's out there. If it doesn't apply to me, I'm going about my life. A lot of people were not paying attention to abortion. Then, when people start getting hold of video footage of what they do with the fetus, that kind of opened up a lot of people's mind who might have been indifferent, like, whoa, I mean, to see it is a little different. Now, all of a sudden, I got a visual to go along with this. So that created a little more controversy. Then people start getting hip to what they were pushing abortion for. It wasn't just because the woman didn't want to have a child. You see, this is how you know there's something else behind these Democrats. And while they're pushing this, they don't do anything that doesn't benefit them. Because at the end of the day, what's it to you if abortion is legal or illegal? Look at Nancy Pelosi. She's washed up. No abortions coming her way anytime soon. That was about 700 years ago. She might have needed an abortion. You know, you look at Bette Midler, all of these people that seems or appears to be adamant about keeping abortion going, not just going, but enjoying it. I'm talking, they're not just trying to humbly or discreetly allow abortion to continue to exist. They are aggressively trying to change abortion from something that people might have been able to tolerate just out of ignorance. But then they start going a little further. How many more months can we go before we abort the baby? Can we push it to 8? What about 9? What about right out the womb? When you start doing stuff like that, plus celebrating it. See, it's not the fact that they wanted it to push out to that length. It's they start celebrating it. They were rejoicing on it. It was no longer an option to where a person does this and they grieve over it, or this is, you know, hey, my back's up against the wall, I feel I need to do this, but I'm not throwing an abortion party or nothing like that. I only want to talk about it. You got to go ahead and you got to dig it out of me for me to even tell you I got an abortion. Instead, they changed it to where people became proud and became so independent. I'm every woman and I get abortions anytime I want one, baby. So what ended up happening is it started to shine a light on the topic in more of a scrutinizing way. So whereas people that might have gone on about their business is saying, well, last I checked, I think it was around 3 to 4 months at the most. Now they're talking about 9 months. Why are they doing this? What's in it for them? That's what you always got to ask yourself. Who's getting the money? I mean, who's getting kickbacks? I need to know. What is driving it? Because you can't be that hungry and thirsty over abortion. I mean, who picks this to be a hill that they die on if you don't get no benefit from it? Now, they've convinced a lot of citizens that it's all about women's rights to choose and stuff what happens to their body. But I don't think that's the whole brunt of it. I don't think it's just so you can protect women's rights. The Democrats always have a secondary motive, just like it's not about bringing these illegal immigrants over here for a better life. It's always something else. So you never take their surface outrage as the real motive. You always got to dig. But when you start digging, you start running across clips like the ones we're about to listen to. Now, these clips are for all the bubbleheads that will support the Democrat Party in spite of some of the stupidest stuff that they decide is good. It's good for people. Some of the stupidest ideas that they say, we want to do this. Once you hitch your wagon to the Democrats, the sad part about it is most of the time, especially in these last 6 years, the people who, for whatever reason, popped up and became, political pundits, and they're anti-Trump, and they call themselves being informed. Well, if you're being informed by CNN and MSNBC and aligned Democrats, you ain't being informed. You're being misinformed. And so if you commit to all of that and you arguing with conservatives over and over again, to whereas if it comes out later that the party you defended is corrupt, evil, and lying to you, it's hard for a lot of people to take that L. It's hard for a lot of people who spent 4 years on Facebook going at you. Man, you supporting our bigot. You supporting our racist. You supporting. And then when all of this stuff comes back, it's hard for them to say, yeah, they are kind of crazy. They gone too far. And all you would have had to done is listen to a couple clips from people that they support, people that's in the party, and some of the wackiest, craziest ideas that they have. And then if you can see and listen to this and still tell me, I don't care, I support that, then more power to you.
Delegate Tran,
Yes, sir.
how late in a pregnancy would your bill apply
Remember this one, y'all?
if a physician was simply willing to certify that the continuation of the pregnancy would impair the mental health of the woman? How late are we talking about?
Well, so the way the suggestion that we've made in the bill is to say it's in the third trimester and at the, with the certification of the physician. So
how late?
Dodge that mess, girl. She's out there playing dodgeball. She's out there ducking and dipping and diving. She know what the question is. But now you out there like that gopher off of Caddyshack. Dodge it. So let's see, here we go.
In the third trimester, would you be able to do that?
It's very unfortunate that our physicians, witnesses were not able to attend today to speak specifically.
No, I'm talking about your bill.
Now you see what's happening? Now understand, guys, this woman who we're listening to, this was during, I think she was in Virginia, I'm not sure. But this was right after the Democrats brought all of this attention to their push for third terms or third trimester abortion. Up in New York, celebrated it. And I looked at that audience up there, celebrating it, all kind of colors and stuff. Cuomo lighting up stuff. And I'm looking at these women, I'm like, all of the women that's clapping and stuff look like they despise kids anyway. It looks like they don't want a kid nowhere near their womb. It looks like they all had the most tightest fades ever. I'm saying, wow, they don't look too feminine or motherly or nurturing. These women look hardcore, like I hate men, and I hate being a woman. Pretty much, I hate myself. So with that being said, a lot of people woke up and said, whoa. Not only are they celebrating it, but wait, what is this about these third term abortions, man? When you say third term, you're talking about like a fully developed baby? Now that gives people a different image in their mind. See, before, a lot of folks that was indifferent, they think of just maybe a little pea pod. And I'm saying, but when you picture a fully developed infant almost being pulled out and you say, I changed my mind, that's a whole different visual. So here's this woman knowing that what we're suggesting is even evil enough to mess with my conscience to the point where I don't even want to say this. You ever been in that position where you involved in some shenanigans and you don't even want to hear yourself say it? You like, oh, she didn't even like doing this. Man, I know I can't celebrate this. Back in the day when me and my buddies was playing knockout. Yeah, back in the day, me and my boy used to love knocking folks out. And I would look back and I'd be like, oh, some of those fights we used to get into, we really wanted to fight. It wasn't right. We knew that dude wasn't really looking at us, but I had a boy who he was able to find any reason to get mad, you know. I mean, I don't care what it was. You see a couple white dudes walking up there at Miami's campus, and they say, yo, man, your shoes are dope. My boy was like, what? You want to get a rope? Oh, ain't gonna be no hanging up here on this white campus. Oh, we got to fight. No matter what they said, he would interpret it as, oh, we got to fight. Yo, man, I'm just chilling. What? All blacks eat watermelon? Oh, no, man. We got to fight. Yo, man, are you kicking it tonight? What? Am I eating chicken tonight? It gotta stay. Oh, so, nah, man, we got to fight. Later on, after all of that, and I matured a little bit, had to hold my head down. People be like, why were you out there fighting? It wasn't right. I know I wasn't. I shouldn't have been. It was hard to come out and say it. You couldn't feel good about it. You couldn't get out there like, yeah, man, I was out there beating up folks for nothing. You know deep down in your heart, that wasn't right. I knew he wasn't talking about watermelon. I knew my buddy just wanted to fight, and I backed him up. And I was wrong. I shouldn't have did it. I should have said, what are you doing, bro? You don't need to be picking a fight with this man. He's going to get some coffee right now. You want to beat him up for no reason. Same thing with this lady. She's sitting here right now like, I know what I just suggested sounds horrible. So maybe I can stall and say, I wish others were here because I don't want you asking me the tough questions that are going to make me offend my own conscience. But there's no one else there but her.
Specific.
No, I'm talking about your bill.
Yeah,
How late in the third trimester could a physician perform an abortion if he indicated it would impair the mental health of the woman?
Or physical health.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm talking about the mental health.
Oh, nice and low. Try to slide that in. Or physical health. You know we ain't talking about no physical health. See, that's the thing. You want to conflate the issues. Physical health. Yeah. Spit that mess out. We're talking about the mental health, which in this case, anything can apply. So now let's see. Here we go.
So, I mean, through the third trimester. The third trimester goes all the way up to 40 weeks.
Oh.
Okay, but to the end of the third trimester.
Yep, I don't think we have a limit in the bill.
No.
So, where it's obvious that a woman is about to give birth, she has physical signs of that she is about to give a birth. Would that still be a point at which she could request an abortion if she was so certified? She's dilating.
Mr. Chairman, that would be a,
See, you already know. You heard the crickets. The crickets was sitting there doing this as they waited. All waiting. We're all waiting for the answer to this. Is this woman going to look this person in the face and say, yes, all the way up to birth? Nothing wrong with the baby. The baby's in perfect physical health. You can't even go back to the old Spartan ways and justify like, well, I mean, in our society, if it's born handicapped, then, these are perfectly healthy babies on the way out. And yet this woman has to fix her lips to say, that's exactly what I mean. And it's hurting her to do.
That would be a decision that the doctor, the physician, and the woman would
I understand
make at
that. I'm asking
point.
if your bill allows that.
Thank you. Whoever's doing the cross-examination of her, I love it. Because see, she's trying to kick it out to the doctor. Like, I'm not going to say that it's okay to do that. I'm going to say, well, every case is different. That's up to the doctor. That's up to the whatever. But see, you can't just be vague when you put some type of bills or laws or provisions out there and just say, well, that's up to so and so. I want to know, what is the limit? What is the boundaries? Where does it stop? Okay, because that right there leaves a lot of gray area to work in. Like, well, at what point do you declare murder? Is it when a person is actually dying, or when they're dead, or in the process of you beating them to death? I mean, what if I beat them and they're not dead when I walk away? Technically, I didn't murder them. I just beat them up and left them. And I thought they would be okay. Who would know they would just die later? So then I need to know, what's the limit? Well, same thing here. See, you're just making a gray area. You're making excuses. You say, well, it's up to others. Even though your bill knows exactly how far it can go. So let's see.
My bill would allow that, yes.
My bill would allow that, yes. Now, that is when pandemonium broke out. Right then. I remember it happened. Yep, and Ralph Nordstrom and his butt down there on the radio show talking about it. Right then, the Democrats were in trouble. Oh, man, why didn't y'all keep your mouths quiet? Well, they can't. See, the Democrats, for some reason, they think the rest of the United States celebrates their madness. Liberals are so arrogant, they will come up with some of the craziest ideas. thinking that when they do this and go public with it, clapping, celebrating, this is progress for us, everybody in America is going, yeah. Versus, did I just hear this man say you can have a healthy born baby, then sitting there in the chair saying, I don't think I'm mentally able to handle this, and they will make the baby comfortable, put it in a room, and take care of it. What happens to that baby? Could it be that a fully developed and a fully formed baby could be used for some type of scientific research? I'm not sure. I mean, I'm sure they don't just bury the baby. I'm sure. Most likely, just like we recently found all of those baby parts and stuff up there that now they don't want to investigate. In fact, they're mad at the people who found those baby parts. They're mad at them. They're investigating them. Why you mess around and find it? See, now they're the wife or husband that when their husband or wife comes home early and catch them cheating, they asking, why'd you come home early? You ain't supposed to be off work yet. You supposed to work till 5. What that got to do with anything? I mean, I got off early, but I see, that's your problem, see. You don't play by the rules. You always in other people's lane. Now let me finish up here. You wait downstairs. I'll handle this when I get done. Sorry about this. You know what? Normally she don't get home until 5. You know what I'm saying? See, that's what they sound like. So here we have a fully born baby, and you know that there has to be a reason why they kicked it out to 9 months. And I don't believe it's just to give women more time, because I don't recall this being a major issue with women. I don't know about y'all. Have you ever met a woman who said, I don't have enough months to decide whether I want an abortion or not? 4 months is not enough. I didn't know this was a problem. See, so that means somebody else made this a priority. Somebody else, some diabolical person or some people said, you know what would help us out in our development and our research? If we could have a fully developed, okay, let's see if we could push it out to 9 months. Because I don't think women are sitting back thinking to themselves, I need more months to make that choice. Because by the time you hit 9 months, if you have not made that choice, something's wrong with you. By 9 months, your motherly instinct should have kicked in. And to take your child right out from underneath you after you done went through all of that, you got to be, you know what I mean?
God bless you. God bless America. Don't forget to hit that like button, share my videos, find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all those good things. And please check out Extreme Teas, my sponsor. If you like their products, please click on the link below this video. Put Kevin in a promo code. You'll get a 20% discount. If you'd like to donate to Kevin's Corner, feel free. The links are below this video. If you want to be a part of my $2 a month club, also feel free to do that. All it entails is you simply dropping $2 a month into one of those links below the video. Or if you want, you can drop a nice big fat lump sum in there to offset the stuff that we know goes on with big tech. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. Make sure that you are still subscribed. And finally, set your notification button to all, because YouTube is playing games, y'all. Now, God bless you. God bless America. See y'all next time in Kevin's Corner.